Hello guys, Danny D here from Solicitous Comics. Today it is Monday, July 16th. I've got some more Indiegogos for you. This first one, I swear I feel like I should start it off by submitted for your approval because it just looks like Twilight Zone or a Lovecraft. It looks really interesting. It is called Stardust. It has only been out for a couple of days. I do believe it came out Saturday, I think, not positive. They've got a month to go. They've got 101 backers. They're up to 1,809. Their goal is only 2,050. I hope they get a little over that because, damn, that's pretty damn low. It really looks neat. It's about a bunch of space invaders that get shot down over the planet Earth. One survives and seeks his revenge against man. And I mean, look at this art. This just screams Twilight Zone Lovecraft. This looks really, really, really interesting. I mean, the strange faces on. I just wonder if one of them is called Cthulhu. This looks interesting. I don't know what else to say. If you like the horror sci-fi genre, I would highly suggest checking this out. This is pretty cool looking. Let me get up to the... here it is. You can get a physical copy for this for only $5 plus shipping. And remember, folks, the reason these comics are a little more expensive than what you buy in a store is A, they're printed on better paper, B, they're better quality, and C, you're paying for shipping. So keep that in mind. But they've got one for a printed copy for $5. They've got a printed copy and a script, I'm not sure what the script is, for $6. $10 gets 2 signed copies. I mean, these are pretty decent. These are fairly cheap compared to some of the other ones that I've seen on Indiegogo and some of the other ones I've backed. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is again kind of in the horror genre. It's called Red Giant Beetle. This is a man versus machine versus myth. It's an interesting way of looking at it. The art in this is I hate to use this word, but I don't know what other word to use. It's bizarre. I mean, it's very different. It's half organic, half mechanical. It's other than that actually looks pretty damn good. But stuff like this, you know, it's organic, but the proportions are very, very exaggerated. You know, the arm is almost too long. The head is of what looks like Frankenfurter's sidekick from Rocky Horror Picture Show. No offense to him. I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But, you know, just the scale that they do it is very different. His legs are big. His arms are small. It's really kind of neat looking. And you can see there's a proportion to man compared to him. It's just a very different perspective. This one looks interesting. Again, it looks like a very dark comic. It's you know, set in a war type scenario. His perks are a little high, though, I must say. I think they're a little high. Yeah, $50 starting. Eesh. And you want 6 out of 10,000 claimed. Yeah, I think this guy's, like, no offense to him. It looks like an interesting story, but I think he's going to have a few problems here. Now, I do know that this artist did do, when you watch the video, he did do a lot of video games, and I mean, he's an established artist, but he's got a month left. There's 13 backers, and it's only at $970. I really think he needs to come down on his price a little tiny bit. That's me personally. I'm not the one who's doing this, so he has his reasons for being that high. But his goal is $50,000. I think he's unfortunately, I think this guy's going to be a little bit disappointed, which is too bad because it looks like an interesting story. I mean, you've got spies, you've got, conflict, you've got weird creatures. I mean, what more could you ask for? All right, the next one we're going to do also just started recently. I love it when my computer does this. This is called Lone Star. This has got a month left. There's already 338 backers. It is up to 21,956. Their goal was 15,000. Congratulations, guys. You've already met your goal and surpassed it. And I think you are going to surpass it. This looks like your typical superhero. He kind of reminds me, you'll have to excuse me here, I am Canadian. I was born in Canada, although I live in the States now. We had an old comic called Captain Canuck. This guy reminds me of Captain Canuck. He would fight gangs. He was the only Canadian who would go up and punch Hitler in the face. Speaking of which, there you go. That definitely reminds me of Captain Canuck then. That's kind of bizarre. I wonder if this person ever seen Captain Canuck. Anyway, this is out now. Let's see, what do we got up here? See, his pricing is a little bit more reasonable. Okay, I guess the $5 is a donation. $15 for a digital copy. That's reasonable. I mean, you've got to pay artist, colorist. $20 for a hardcover. Remember, that's including shipping. We've got to support our mail service. I mean, they do deliver them to our house. So, but yeah, check this out. I think you might like this one if you like the classic superhero type. Almost looks like he's fighting MS-13 there. All right, our next one. Again, with the horror genre. This one is called The Exorcist Returns. This is about a female character. Let me see if I can get a better picture of her, because that does kind of look interesting. There you go. Oh, wait, this one's better. She is actually fighting Satan. Sounds kind of interesting. So this, it kind of reminds me of Spawn. I was always a fan of Spawn. I enjoyed Spawn a lot. I do believe that is the singer she is modeled after. Very attractive woman, I must say. The art is very... I don't know how to describe it. There's almost a Japanese animation style to it. I like the fact that they don't show the whole face here. You see part of her face. It's left to your imagination. Again, a lot like oh good Lord, I forgot it now. I saw an interview, I forget his name, who did the guy, Tom McFarlane. The guy who did Spawn, he'd always say he'd like to draw Spawn in the shadows. More is left to your imagination. You don't know what's going to happen. This definitely has that kind of a feel to it. $25 for a comic book. $50 for a signed comic book. See, that's fairly reasonable. I like that. And it looks like they have just a $3 donation. Again, if you want to help these people, that's cool. They've got a month left. Their goal is 8,000. They are at 362. They only have 5 backers now. This one I feel is very, very new. Having a whole month left, usually that means they've just started 1 or 2 days ago. Check this out. Again, it's kind of horror, fantasy, deals with the devil, stuff like that.